Good morning, brothers and sisters. Sergeant Lane, Cryptid Encounters here. Now, it's been a few days since I put a video out, but I was going back through my archive footage and I wanted to show you some compelling footage that I got here. So I'm going to go to markup just to show you what we're kind of looking at here. Okay. Um, right here is a very large adult right here. You can see his eyes, his nose, right? His mouth. And he's leaning up against a tree branch, I guess to let off the little ones that's on his back. They're not really little, but they are. Um, one's a young juvenile, and one's is a like a juvenile adult, a little bit older. But anyways, and I'll go to markup to show you. So then you got this Sasquatch. I think he might even be elderly. This one here. You see his head there. His eyes are right above that tree branch. And there's his gray beard, right? And then you got this Sasquatch who's got that green tint where they stain their skin with maple and other nutrients from the tree root. So it helps with their camouflage. And he's leaning down like that. He's got his arm wrapped around the tree branch, like so. And then if you pay attention right here, this is what's going to show up in the next image. It's pretty interesting. You see this little pale looking face here with the hair around it, like that. Looking and watching to see what I'm doing. And then you see the big juvenile. So let me clear all this so you get a better look at what we got here. Okay. You see the bald one. See his eyes and his mouth. Looking in between that tree branch. See him? Then you see this one, Sasquatch, with its dark hair, its mullet, and its skin, and it's reaching around that tree branch, right? Then you see this little one right here. You can't really see him because he's faded out, but he's looking around his side there, which you're going to see him here in a minute. And then you got the large adult right here. He's a monster, man. Big dude right here watching me. So they split up. I guess he's dropping them off in the tree or something, but they split up because you're going to see him in another image. And the green Sasquatch here, the green skinned Sasquatch, will be carrying the littler Sasquatch, and that's what we're going to see here in just a minute. Okay, check that out. So that's after they drop off, and I zoom into the canopy, and they're running, right? So we'll go to edit, and they're running through the woods. Mark up here. So here's that mullet Sasquatch right here, right? The green skin. This is the young adult. And then here's that tan faced Sasquatch that was leaning around his side. Check him out. And he's holding on to him. Got his arms wrapped around him and they're running. So let me cancel that. Just so you can get a better look. Isn't that amazing? Look at that footage. His little face. Look at his hair. Unbelievable, man. You know, when you're recording through the canopy and stuff, it's hard to get a good image, but there's quite a bit of detail in that footage right there. I'm going to try to do a little bit of enhancement on that just to see if we can make it any better. Uh, See if we can pull up some of that, get some more of that detail to come out. There we go. Check that out. His little nose, his face, his hair. Pretty good. I think I might have put a little bit too much definition in it. It pixelated it more, it looks like, when you zoom in. So I'm going to turn some of that definition down. Yeah, soften it up a little bit. But yeah, you can definitely see that that's a juvenile right there. Check him out. Pretty amazing. So basically, this was back in October 2022 when I filmed this. This was before I got my new camera, and I was just zoomed in recording the canopy. The bushes were real thick, and the vegetation was real thick, and it had rained just a little bit earlier than that day, and they were around the house in the tree line, and I went out to record, and they just started scattering. And I went into the woods. I actually went into the woods and was recording them, and they were watching me, and then they were like bounding from position to position, basically going away from me, and that's how I got this footage. Let me see here, but this one right here is the one that's you can't really see the detail, but I'm going to point it out to you and show you what we got going here, which is quite scary, really, once you see what this Sasquatch is doing. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on his head here. Look at those teeth, man. See them right there, them fangs? He's hissing at me. See his mouth? He's hissing at me. And his body is not, he's not like a, a super built Sasquatch. He's lean and skinny. I think he's just a little kid, but man, he got the teeth. There's his little arms, not very big. There's his shoulder and there's his bushy hair. Um, I don't know if that's an eye right there or not. It might be. I can't tell on that eye. On his left eye, I can definitely see that. Make that definition out. Um, Wait a minute. I could be wrong about that. That's not fangs. That is a gray beard like this. That must be a tree branch right there. Here's what's going on. So he's got his beard like that, and then his hair. And that is an eye, and his other eye. But the definition on his body is not. He is being carried by somebody. There is another Sasquatch right here. He's being carried. Must be one of their elderly because he's lost a lot of muscle mass. Let me take that off so we can get a better look. At first I thought those were fangs, but that ain't. Because there's just not enough definition there to really tell. But after looking at it, you can see his hairline there pretty good on that one. It's just when you're recording under canopy like that, it's hard to get clear footage on it. But look how scrawny them arms are. Not very uh, thick arms. Here we go. Looks like there might even be one right there on his back even. Look at that head there. I don't know. Unless I'm seeing this wrong, it's definitely Sasquatch. I don't know. It's not a very good image at all. Okay, go to the next one here. Okay, that's a tree. You can see the tree there. Let me go to markup. You see one little Sasquatch right here. Here's its eyes. And then there's this other one right here, standing behind the branch in the bush. You can partially make its little face out, laying up on that tree branch. And the vegetation is what they're doing. Alright, next one. Alright, this guy's laying up on a tree branch. Check him out. Look at his eyes, his nose. Here's another one laying up on a tree branch. It's kind of blurry. No good detail on that one. But there's a Sasquatch there. Here's another image of that one juvenile being carried. He's just got his head turned further around. You can't see his eyes and nothing. I just got over I got like 3,000. Look at this Sasquatch in the bush sleeping underneath that bush. Look at him. You see his black hair and his eyes and his snout. Sleeping under that vegetation. I can't tell that. I'll just I'll just go to markup for those who can't see it, just to point it out to them. Okay, here's his head. And there's his hair. And there's his eye, his nose, his mouth. He's laying up underneath that bush sleeping. I guess I disturbed his sleep. I'm sure there's other Sasquatches in there with him somewhere. That's any good. I can't tell if there's one back here. Looks kind of squatchy. Looks like there might be a head right there with a nose and eyes. leaning out, peeking out behind that vegetation right there. Can't really tell. That one's probably pareidolia, most likely. Looks like there's a Sasquatch laying its head over into that those tree branches to hide his face, and then there's his like big shoulder right there, like he's leaning over trying to hide his face. Let me get a mark up. So basically, he's sitting in the ditch line. Here's his uh, right here's his shoulder, and then his head's laying this way. He's trying to break up the outline of his body, laying there. Actually, I was wrong. Uh, this here is actually the Sasquatch. You can see his eyes right here. There's his nose. He's got his lips on that tree drinking tree nutrients. See his lips right there. Here's his jaw. That's what's going on there. He's drinking off the tree. There's his body and his feet. Wow, check his feet out right there. Let me go back to that. Here's his feet. Look how big his feet are. And then there's his legs. He's got spotchy hair on his legs there, it looks like. Um, wow. I think he's just a young one. He's not very old, it don't look like. There's a couple Sasquatches in there, I'd say. And that big one there's the adult that's leaning over. Get a better look here. Looks like there's a young one right there too. A couple different ones in there. Look at this one here. It's laying in that brush. I got so many footage to go through. It's crazy how much footage I got. But next time I'm just going to have all the images ready to just go through. And so I got some viable images to go through and not have to skip through some not very good ones. So um, it's been a while since I've made any content. I'll get back to it. Summer's kicking up here soon, so hopefully the Sasquatches will be back through the area. Look at the weathered face on this guy. Wow, check that out. Look how weathered his face is. See his eye and his nose, his forehead. Wow. Look at this one peering up through the trees. The two tree branches. Check his little face out. See him looking up.
Low battery.
Anyways, uh, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Peace.